we have an anchor relationship with Walmart Connect in Mexico. We are their ad platform to manage all their campaigns coming inbound, and they're also execute all their offsite media on their behalf. So we worked with them the last couple of years, and we built a custom bespoke platform for them to be able to manage their media business. So that's sort of the foundation of our business, and it's sort of the model under which we want to work. That's like how we want to show up as a company that can build the product that these retail media, these commerce media networks need to build really big media businesses.
So what do they need, and what are the opportunities? We hear a lot about retail media networks proliferating. There's many. What are their challenges in terms of their platforms, and also the other issues around standards and metrics, and kind of where do things stand, and how do you see the role of media math?
Right. Yeah. There are eras they're going through. I think I would call the end of the first era for a lot of them is right now, where they figured out they can have a media business, and it's anchored in their own media, their own sites, their own apps, their own experiences in stores. And working with their existing trade marketing relationships, the CPGs that sell products on their shelves. And it's been very successful, and a lot of growth and a lot of interest, and it's been an amazing journey. The next era is very much about being able to extend that relationship to other media services that they don't own, to be able to go offsite, if you will, and be able to be relevant to advertisers, and also to extend that relationship with their brands to beyond just that trade marketing dollars that they traditionally got for placements in stores and such, but also to the brand dollars and even performance dollars that they manage. So there's a moment where they're all looking to expand that relationship and gain access to more budget, of course, but also just be more relevant in that consumer journey. So that's not just about the very bottom of the funnel, but being able to effectively help brands reach consumers all throughout the funnel and throughout the experiences, to even bring new customers into the store and to be able to convert them for the brands.
So I have to ask about the AI element. Everyone's talking about it. How does the AI? How are you using AI, and how could it affect the effectiveness of retail media?
Right. I think one of the interesting things about the efficiency play in AIs, particularly AI agents, is that they all have very new media businesses, and it's a very ad hoc. It's very non-standardized in a lot of ways. So there's a lot of opportunities to use agents to be able to make these things more efficient and connect the dots, to orchestrate their ability to work on multiple platforms across multiple teams and do this efficiently. And we're seeing a lot of retail media networks start to dabble in there, which is really exciting. A lot like how the agencies look at it, like being able to use these tools to do things more effectively. I think longer term, we're looking at it as more of an ability to for them to be able to bring things to market, to create new experiences, to transform how they do this business fundamentally. But right now, there's just a lot of efficiency and automation opportunities that AI offers a retail media network. It's really exciting. It's very, very new. I think you'll see it start to emerge next year, in practical ways. But it's just like everybody else in the advertising industry, AI will play a role in their future.
So what about the emergence of these walled gardens around retail media, and lack of standard across the networks?
Right.
Where might that go, and what are some of the risks and opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, they are little mini walled gardens, right? They're effectively very large publishers, like from 20 years ago, embracing programmatic and finding opportunities to find advertising opportunities for themselves. My presumption is that there will be standardization. I think we, as a platform that works across many brands and agencies, is the type of technology can help take them down that road, being able to provide measurement standards and approaches. I do think as they extend into brand budgets and get into non-endemic advertisers they don't necessarily work with on their shelves, they're going to be forced to. And I think that's a good thing. It'll be easier for everybody to buy. It'll open up more doors for them to sort of passive demand from different platform providers and more advertising. So everybody's saying it. I think the industry is moving in the right direction. I think naturally you started off from a place where everybody had their special sauce and their own unique environment, so they applied rational measurement standards and KPIs against that made sense. But I think over time they're going to get pushed because they're going to want the bigger budgets and the bigger relationships. And to do that, they sort of need to show up as if any other media source.
What about performance KPIs, what are the changing expectations there?
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing that we're seeing is the need to connect offline and online, sales in one place and be able to connect that to different advertising experiences throughout the funnel. And it's easy to some degree, but it's also quite difficult. Like, it's easy for them to prove a transaction happened, but it's often quite difficult to connect it to the different ad experiences. So we see that as really a big deal right now, being able to figure out the full customer journey and be able to map that back to an advertisement that results in a conversion. That's where the retail media networks are differentiated, is they can really show you how it ended, like how this advertising journey results in real value to the brand. And the Amazons and even Walmarts of the world have a lot of touch points to be able to do that, and a lot of data. I think what will be interesting is if we get into that next tier of very large companies, like, they can do it too, particularly with probabilistic, AI-driven modeling. They can show real effective upper-level branding, awareness-driven advertising with their data that result in real outcomes, selling more things on the shelves or in the e-commerce environment. But it's all very new right now. We don't have all those pieces pulled together to tell the story cohesively. A lot of good talk about it. I think the reality is a lot of brands are not seeing that full story, that full ability to measure upper funnel to lower funnel metrics and be able to understand how their advertising is impacting what they really care about. So it's a journey that everybody's firmly on right now, and I think you'll see some people really figure it out and do very well. So with the retail media networks.